Hello, I'm Bill Monroe, and welcome to episode 86 of 2-Minute Talk Tips. This week's tip: incorporate, don't emulate. So many movies like Titanic start with that magical phrase, inspired by true events. Why don't they just tell us what actually happened? Well, because if they did that, then it wouldn't be a movie, it would be a documentary. It wouldn't be entertainment. The fact is, once you can take elements from a true story and turn it into something else, you can really build on what was there originally to have a very different impact on the audience. In the actual sinking of the Titanic, there was no Jack and Rose trying to figure out how to manage a door floating in the North Atlantic. A great documentary about the Titanic and a great film that the Titanic is are both great things, but they are, in fact, different things. What's the point here? Well, one of the things that speakers do to try and become more effective speakers is to watch other speakers. And when you see a great speaker, you want to have the impact that they have. And the temptation is to go ahead and try and copy them and try and be that other excellent speaker. But don't. You are an individual and they are an individual. They got to where they are and they developed that presence on stage based on their own unique collection of habits and training and practice and life experience. You are not them and they are not you. And you know what? That's okay. Look at what that great speaker did. Find a technique or practice or something they did within their presentation. And if you think that technique was especially effective, try and incorporate that particular behavior into your own presentations. Focus on incorporating excellent behaviors rather than trying to be another person. Incorporate what they do great. Don't try to emulate them. Stick around, and after the break, we'll talk about the importance of brevity. Welcome back. Ben Franklin said, "I have already made this paper too long, for which I must crave pardon, not having now time to make it shorter." Think back to the last time you put together a resume. How angry did part of you feel, at least for a moment, when you had to reduce your 3 or 4 or 5 pages of accomplishments and impressive experience down to a single page? Did you find yourself silently ranting against the Resume Standards Committee or whatever it is that said these resumes have to be 1 page? Lots of folks think, how could they do this to me? How could they not want me to list all of my experience and all of these awesome accomplishments in this document? Don't they know how important all these are? Here's what's funny about that is that tends to happen most with folks who are earlier in their career. But the fact is, recruiters don't have the time, the patience, or the interest to read through all those details, to read more than a page, much less 4 or 5. And so the general recommendation is get your resume down to 1 page. When I click play on a video in YouTube, if I suddenly realize that video is 20 minutes long, inside my head, and it seems to echo loudly in my skull, I just go, ugh. Unless, of course, it's an episode of 2-Minute Talk Tips, in which case. But I think most folks do that. We really don't want to play through YouTube videos that are super long unless there's a very specific purpose we're getting out of that. For the most part, we want to click on it and have already consumed it pretty much before it gets through the first 15 seconds. So what's the point of this ramble? Are you wondering with mild annoyance when I'm going to get to the point? The point is that brevity is important. And brevity takes work. Part of defining your message, working through your points, and practicing is to cut out the junk, cut out the fluff. It's why I've already cut 5 supporting points from this talk as I work through the draft. So when you're preparing a talk, Go ahead and make your point, support it, and get the heck off the stage. Think about the last 5 talks that you most recently sat through. How many of them ended with you and the rest of the audience thinking, wow, I wish that presentation had been longer? So with that in mind, I'll wrap it up for this week and give you back another 10 to 15 minutes. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe to 2-Minute Talk Tips in your favorite podcast app. Share this episode with a friend, a colleague, a relative, or anybody who tends to drone on by giving them the link 2minutetalktips.com/brevity. Incorporate techniques from your favorite speakers into your future talks. And of course, as always, don't get best, get better. But wait, there's more. As a special bonus, how many concerts have you been to where the last thing you want to do is listen to the opening band? You just want them to get the heck off the stage. So here is Paul and Storm, the iconic comedy musical duo, singing Opening Band. Have a great week.
We are the opening band. We are here to do 5 or 6 or 7 songs. Don't go too long and get the hell off the stage. We are the opening band. We're probably not the band you came to see tonight, but it's alright, cause soon we'll go away. And we're wondering just where the hell's the sound guy? He disappeared just after we got up here. He's probably behind the building, rolling up a fatty, and he'll be gone until our last song. We got a VW van. I had to sell every Star Wars figure that I had and ask my dad to co-sign for the loan. We don't got a whole lot of fans. Nobody asked for our autograph, and sad to say, as of today, no panties have been thrown. And we're wondering if this was worth the drive here. We spent 6 hours in traffic on the highway for $50 and half price on the cheese fries and free Miller Lite on tap. Who can drink that crap? My cousin lives in town and will be crashing at his place unless his girlfriend's home from college and she's staying for the weekend. And if she is, then we will have to go and park the van behind the IHOP by the turnpike, and we'll sleep in the back seat. And we're wondering just where the headline act is. They're probably getting wasted in the green room, and they don't give a rat's who we are. So when they start to play up here, we're gonna drink all their beer. We are the opening band. We hope that all of you sign up on our mailing list and buy our disc and t-shirts in black and gray. We are the opening band, and we only got about 25 more minutes left. That's all we get to blow your away. We are the opening band. We are the opening band. Hello. Hello. Hello.
2-Minute Talk Tips is a proud production of the Currently Speaking Podcast Network.